Welcome back to yet another episode of Before You Summon, where we have arrived at our third arc ender for the girls in Leonid. And once again, I will be upfront that I have seen the leaked name for the July month events, but I will not use them as leaked event names are not officially announced and I use officially sourced information. Hence we will continue using the fan-translated names that we've had for the last year. So, this event is connected by our stellar song that will run from July 21st to July 29th. This is of course a Leonid unit-focused event of the permanent variety, as it is Leonid's Arcender event, and the attribute for this event is cool. The commissioned song for this event is Hoshi o Tsunagu, that has a virtual singer version sung by Miku and a Sekai version sung by Leonid and Kaito. As of recording this, an alt vocal for Ichika has not yet been released for this song like it was for Minori and Mafuyu for their Arcender event songs. So at the moment I cannot say that there is an alt vocal for Ichika for this song, but there might be in the future. The event itself centers around Ichika as the focus character, with the supporting cast of Shiho, Leonid, Kaito, Honami, and Saki. And the event synopsis reads as follows. Leonid has finally joined an agency, thinking that the reason they made it this far is because of the many people who have supported them. Ichika wishes to express her gratitude to them all. And the event period is of course capped off with an afterlife that will be running between the 29th and the 30th. Once you join the afterlife, as always, you will get 300 crystals and a stamp. The stamp this time around is of Ichika and is called If We're Together. And the virtual live shop item added for this event is the headpiece I spoke about in the last episode, that is of a cacti. The cacti headpiece will be available once the event starts for 3000 virtual tokens or 1000 crystals if you'd rather use that. And of course, running alongside the event is the event Gacha, which is of the permanent variety and is called Carrying Our Thoughts and Feelings Shooting Star, that will be running from July 21st to July 31st. Seeing as this is a permanent gacha, all of the cards will enter the standard gacha pool once the event ends. And included in the gacha is of course the event focus character Ichika with the card A Vow Kept in One's Heart.
これからも歌を歌い続けよう。
Ichika is a perfect locker skilled card with the skill name Looking Up at the Stars again and again, and perfect locker skilled cards will make all bads and higher become perfect for 5.5 seconds and grant an 80% score bonus for 5 seconds at talent level 1. Ichika's unique costume is called Connect Star and comes with a unique accessory wearable only by Ichika and a universal accessory wearable by everyone once they unlock the costume. The second focus character in the gacha is Shiho with her card Because Today is Special.
もうとりあえず離れて。
Shiho is a healer skilled card with the skill name A Prayer for Clear Skies, and healer skilled cards will recover 350 life and grant an 80% score bonus for 5 seconds at talent level 1. And Shiho's unique costume is called Heartbeat Star and comes just like Ichika with a unique accessory only wearable by Shiho in her standard haircut and a universal accessory wearable by everyone once they unlock the costume. The final character in the gacha is Kaito with the card Watching Over the Path They Have Taken. Kaito is a perfect scorer skilled card with the skill name Carrying Our Thoughts and Feelings, and perfect scorer skill cards will give a 100% score boost for 5 seconds for only perfect notes at talent level 1. And the final unique costume of this set is called Illuminate Star, with a unique accessory only wearable by Kaito and a universal accessory wearable by everyone once they unlock the costume. And of course we have 2 exchange shop cards, with Saki taking the 2-star slot with her card Gather Up Everyone for our Thank You live concert. Saki is a healer skilled card in the cute attribute. And this of course means that Honami takes the 3-star slot with her card with everyone who has been supporting us. Honami is a Scorer's Guild card with the skill name Going Out Shopping Together, and Honami is of the Happy attribute. And as always, these 2 cards will become available through the exchange shop once the event opens. But that is all the general information I have to share about the event connected by our stellar song, so instead we can look towards the event team building. And of course, as always, the Ichika, the Shiho and the Kaito from the event Gacha will grant the 70% bonus, but what alternatives do you have for 50% bonus and also the 40% bonus? Starting off with the focus character for this event, Ichika has 6 available cards. This includes her 1-star card from the release of the game, her 2-star card from the event Let's Enjoy Together Spoy Joy Park, and her 3-star card from the event exchange shop of Get Over It. She has 2 4-stars available, both being limited. The first one is her Colorful Festival exclusive card from the 1st anniversary, and the second one is from the event Memories Carried by the Scent of Candles. And finally, she has an extra bonus in the form of her Happy Birthday card from the first year. Following this up with the second gacha character, Shiho has 5 available cards. This includes her 2-star card from the event Beyond Prayers, the Tomorrow We Wish For, and her 3-star card from the event Live with Memories. She also has 2 4-star cards, both of which are permanent. The first one is from the event Resonate With You, and the second one from the event Unwavering Feelings, now put into words. And her 5th and final card is also a bonus card like Ichika, being her Happy Birthday card from the second year instead. Continuing with the rest of the band, Saki has 4 available cards. This includes her 2-star card from the event Run Sport Festival. The executive committee is very busy. Her 3-star card from the Release Celebration Gacha, and 2 permanent 4-star cards. The first one from the event Resonate With You, and the second one from the event Unwavering Feelings Put Into Words. And I'm going to sound very repetitive, but Honami also has 4 available cards. Her 2-star card comes from the Release Celebration Gacha, her 3-star card comes from the event Unnamed Harmony, and she has 2 permanent 4-star cards. The first one from the event Resonate With You, and the second one from the event Unwavering Feelings Now Put Into Words. And this leaves us with the virtual singers. And as always, this is a unit-focused event, meaning that all Leo need virtual singers in the correct attribute, being cool this time around, will grant the 50% bonus. This also means that all blank or unitless virtual singers will be able to grant the 40% bonus, as long as they have the correct attribute. And this time around there are 3 available options for the 50% category. This includes the 3-star Kaito from the event No Seek, No Find, the 3-star Len from the event Rainbow Canvas Paint What You Love, and the 3-star Miku from the event Little Bravers. There are no 2-stars or 4-star cards available for the virtual singers. As for cards with a 40% bonus, we have 5 available, including the 1-star Meiko from the release of the game, the Greedy Judge Kaito from 7 Deadly Sins, the Happy Anniversary card for Rin from the first year, the Happy Anniversary card for Kaito from second year, and the card A Bridge to Reconciliation, which is the Rin Colorful Festival card from the 2.5 anniversary. So this is the final selection for the event, but we do have 2 asterisks. The 3-star Miku card from Little Bravers and the 3-star Ichika card from Get Over It has not yet entered the standard gacha pool. It's also worth mentioning that the 2-star Ichika and the 3-star Kaito entered the standard gacha pool with the Morning Dew gacha in February, and the 3-star Len entered the standard gacha pool with the Get Over It event in March. It means that these cards are semi-recent in the standard gacha pool, which means that you have had less chances to get them if you've summoned, or if you haven't summoned since those events, you will not have them at all if you did not participate in the events they came from. This does make the team building a bit more rocky than it seems, as there are no virtual singers in the 2-star or in the 4-star slot, and the 3 virtual singers in the 3-star slots that we have to pick from are actually from quite recent gachas and from quite old events at this point. I think it's roughly 6 months before any 3-star or 2-star exchange shop cards enter the standard gacha pool, which is why it's so important that you pick up every 2-star and 3-star card. Still, it's highly impressive to see 7 available 3-star cards for the first time ever, I think. Which makes the event building weird, because Ichika doesn't have any permanent 4 stars to pick from. Both her 2-star card and her 3-star card are either not in the standard gacha pool or entered the standard gacha pool pretty recently. And the other 3 Leonid members have 2 different sets they can pick from that has the cool attribute. Meanwhile, the virtual singers are stuck with 3 very good 3-star cards, but they are so recent that they are hard to come by if you did not play during those events. At a first glance, this looks like a very beginner-friendly event when it comes to team building, but I really think that this will be quite a difficult event to build a really solid team if you aren't an old-time player. I have all 7 of the 3 stars available, so I can build the absolute optimal 3 with Mastery 5 on all my 3 stars, but most new players will not have that courtesy. Nor will they have most 3 stars, as 3 stars are actually quite hard to get the entire set of. Still, there are some solid options in the 40% category with the Colorful Fest Rin and the Greedy Judge for Kaito. There are still 7 available 3 stars, meaning that there's a big chance you might have 3 or 4 of them at least, and 2 full permanent sets that are quite old at this point. Both of the sets are either from early first year or very early second year, which means that they have been in the standard gacha pool for a very long time. As always, I hope that most people can make a 250% team, if not a 240 if they can't get it all together, but I can see how this event might be more problematic than it seems on the surface when looking at the roster itself. But let's not linger more on that, as I don't have much more to say, and instead turn our attention to the future usability of the cards in the event. And these cards are quite useful this time around. The only card who has not yet seen use is the Saki 2-star. Ichika and Shiho are the first 2 to see use during the event Over Here, Over There Zookeeper Experience. This event will run from December 10th to December 18th and includes Minori, Shiho, and Mormor Luca as the focus characters. This means that Shiho will be available with a 70% bonus during this event, but Ichika will only ever be available with a 50% bonus. This means that while Shiho has a lower gameplay value, Ichika instead has a higher one, as if you summon from both Connected by Our Stellar Song and Over Here Over There Zookeeper Experience, you will not get any better card than the Ichika from Stellar Song. This is followed by Ichika, Shiho, and Kaito seeing use during the event The Courage to Lead, The Kindness in My Heart, that will run from February 10th to February 18th, 2025. This event includes Ichika, Kaito, and Honami in the gacha, meaning that Ichika and Kaito are available with a 70% bonus during this event, while Shiho is only ever available with a 50% bonus. This once again means that Ichika and Kaito has a lower gameplay value if you summon both from Stellar Song and The Courage to Lead, while Shiho will only ever be available with a 50% bonus, meaning that her Stellar Song card is more valuable. This is followed by Kaito, who will see use during the event Rise as One that will run from the 30th of March to the 8th of April, and he is available in the gacha with Akito and Honami, so he will be available with a 70% bonus during Rise as One. This means that if you summon from both Rise as One and Stellar Song, the Kaito from Stellar Song will have lower gameplay value, as you would be using the Rise as One Kaito instead for his 70% bonus. The final card from Stellar Song to see use is Honami during the event Parallel Harmonies that will run from April 20th to April 28th, 2025, and Parallel Harmonies include Saki, Shiho, and Meiko as the gacha characters. This means that Honami is only ever available with a 50% bonus, which results in her exchange shop card being more valuable gameplay-wise. Especially if you don't have any good alternatives for happy attribute Honamis. So there is a lot of usability for these cards if we look to the Japanese server, but it's worth mentioning that a lot of the cards will be available with a 70% bonus during their event, as they are part of the gacha in question. Theoretically, this does mean that the cards from Stellar Song does have a lower gameplay value, but you also have to consider if you're summoning from any of the events where they do see use or not. If you aren't summoning from Zookeeper Experience, it doesn't matter that the Shiho from Stellar Song is technically less value, as that Shiho will be a great alternative since you aren't picking up the cards from Zookeeper Experience either way. It's also worth thinking about things such as Kaito not having a 4-star card alternative currently in the Leonid Cool attribute, and also that Ichika only had 2 limited cards available in her pool, meaning that the permanent card from Stellar Song is actually quite valuable if you don't have any of those limited cards. But there isn't much more to say about the future usability, so let's look at the future limited costumes and the future limited reruns for these characters. And there definitely isn't a lot of alternatives when it comes to new limited costumes for Shiho, Ichika and Kaito. Ichika and Kaito will get a costume first during the event Hello Good Day, also known as 3rd Anniversary, that will be running from the 30th of September to the 10th of October. This event, of course, is connected to a colorful festival where Kaito and Meiko are the colorful festival cards, so Kaito will only be available until the 4th of October with his limited card, while Ichika is part of the event with Tsukasa, Kanade, Minori, and herself, of course, that will be running all the way to October 10th. This is followed by a costume for Shiho during the event Next to the Unchanging Warmth that will run from the 31st of December to the 7th of January 2025. This event is also connected to a colorful festival with Minori and Shizuku as the colorful festival exclusive cards, while Shiho, Meiko, and Mizuki are the event cards for this event. After Unchanging Warmth, Ichika gets another limited costume in the event Relax Tea Time that will run from February 28th to March 6th, 2025. And Relax Tea Time includes Kanade, Matthew, and Ichika as the limited characters. And this is finally followed up with Rise as One that we've already talked about, that will be running from the 30th of March to the 8th of April 2025. Rise as One is the 3.5 anniversary, meaning that it also is connected to a colorful festival, including Tsukasa, Emu, and Saki as the colorful festival exclusive cards, with Akito, Honami, and Kaito as the event cards. So the selection of new cards is very tiny, but the reruns on the other hand is quite extensive. Rapid firing it, Before the Storm will rerun in mid-September and have its second rerun in late June 2025. Spooky Wolf Forest will rerun in early November. Yearning for Spring, A Moment in the Night will be rerunning its second time in late November. Sweet Cute Valentine will have its first rerun in early February 2025. Imperial Soldier will have its first rerun in early March 2025. Fluttering Maiden will have its first rerun in early April 2025. Moonlit Night Sister Rabbits will have its second rerun in late May 2025. And finally, Growing Feelings will have its rerun in late July 2025. And those are all the reruns we will see until July 2025, which is when I am currently recording this. So the choices are quite extensive, with some real heavy hitter gachas such as Imperial Soldier and Fluttering Maiden that a lot of people are very keen on trying on again. While the new limited costumes for these cards is rather weak as we can currently see it. Of course, these are some heavy hitters, seeing as 3 out of 4 of them are Colorful Festival and the last one is the White Day Gacha for 2025. It still is quite limited options you have available when it comes to new limited costumes for Ichika, Shiho, and Kaito. But that leaves us with the final question, as we have summarized everything you need to know about this event. Should you participate in the Stellar Song Arkender event, and should you summon from the Shooting Star Gacha? And of course, as always, the answer is yes. If you love these cards and you want them for your collection, you should go for it as long as you have the funds available. Of course, there are some stipulations we can mention. This is a permanent event, meaning that all of these cards will be available in any standard gacha you summon from now on. They will also be available through things such as Picklist, Happiness Packages, and the Exchange Shop in due time. This means that they are less scarce than the limited cards, like we've talked about in every episode of this show. But it's also worth mentioning that these cards will see a lot of future use, and Ichika doesn't have any permanent alternatives for the 4-star slot yet, meaning that this is your first opportunity to get one. Which might be very good if you don't have any other options for Ichika in the 4-star slot. Shiho, on the other hand, have a lot of different options, meaning that she might be less of a dire situation to get. And Kaito is a very weird situation where he doesn't have a lot of options, seeing as he only has his 3-star card from No Seek, No Find. But at the same time, he will be given 2 more Leonid focused card in the cool attribute in a short duration of time. One of which is another permanent card, and the other is a limited card from Rise as 1. Which means that he's both quite valuable because he doesn't have a lot of options, but at the same time you have a lot of other options coming up to pick up instead of this Kaito if you prefer any of the others. But then you can also make the argument that this Kaito will be a good replacement if you don't get any of the other Kaitos through those gachas. It's a hard balance. I think Leonid has a well-stacked cool attribute, making these cards less valuable because of that, but they also don't have a lot of coverage for the characters we're currently looking at. Still, I can really understand why people will want these cards. I think that the headwear for all 3 characters are super unique and super cute, and the cards have a lot of sentimental value when you compare them to the Arkender. I can really understand Leonid fans wanting this to represent the Arkender and what it stands for, but if you don't have the funds, or if there is a limited card coming up you really want, you can always skip this gacha because it is a permanent gacha, meaning these cards are not going to disappear anytime soon. So it really heavily depends on how important these cards are to you, and if you feel like you can wait for something like the Exchange Shop or the Picklist, or if you really want to tier this event and really get them now when they release. But down in the comments, please tell me, what do you think of the Leonid Arkender? What do you think of Leonid as a unit, and do you think these cards live up to the Arkender standard that was set by my masked self? I read every single comment, and while you're down there, please leave a like, share this video with a friend, and make sure you're subscribed and have rang the bell. We are so very close to 10,000 subscribers. I think we're like 400 people away, and I would be eternally grateful if you could subscribe. I post an event guide every single time an event comes out, and I post monthly previews showcasing what will be upcoming in Project Sekai each month. I also have started making general guides, so if that's something that could interest you, I really would wish it if you could subscribe, as it helps me a ton to reach further out into the algorithm. But for everyone who made it this far, thank you from the bottom of my heart for making it to the end of the video. Without you guys, I would have nothing. But for now, I will not keep you here any longer. Let's get out of here for the week.